A millionaire offered to fund my dream business, and I didn't take it. This is a true story about how your nervous system has the final say on what you can receive. If you haven't yet watched my video on why you can't manifest money until your nervous system feels safe, I highly recommend that. This is another example of what happens when your nervous system doesn't feel safe to receive everything that you are calling in. So let me tell you my personal story. You can learn from my mistakes. I was still a kindergarten teacher at the time, and I had just barely started my side business, doing transformational work on the side of being a teacher. And a businesswoman that I knew, she was a multimillionaire with multiple successful companies. She took me under her wing and started teaching me all about structuring business and helping me design a whole business plan. I didn't know anything about business, but I did have this dream on my heart to do my sacred work in the world. So I started building my business, and then she said something that completely changed my life. She said, "Leandra, I totally believe in you, and I know you're going to succeed at what you're doing. So if you need anything to get started, I'll invest in it. Just ask." She was literally offering me a blank check for my dream business, and my nervous system completely shut down. Like, I completely dissociated from my body. And my words came out like, "Thank you, that's so nice, I'll think about it." But I didn't know how to receive it. I smiled and I thanked her and walked away from that opportunity. She was a beautiful mentor, so all was not lost. But had I known then what I know now, I absolutely would have loved to have her invest in my business. Of course, I never asked her for a single dollar. And for years, I told myself that I said no to her because I was being independent and I wanted to do it myself and I didn't want to have to owe anyone anything. But the truth is, my nervous system literally could not compute that level of support, of receiving that much support, because at the time, my body was still calibrated for struggle. It was still calibrated to earn money through struggle and strife and suffering. And I was really familiar with the energy of barely getting by. So when this unexpected opportunity showed up, it registered as foreign, it registered as the unknown, and it registered as dangerous to my nervous system because I didn't have the wiring to receive that much abundance. And what I've learned since supporting over 2,000 people through breaking the spells of limitation is that this pattern doesn't just show up with money. It shows up with all the things that you say you want more of, but you don't yet have the capacity for. Especially if you're a spiritual entrepreneur and you have a desire for more visibility. And then you get an opportunity to go on a podcast or go on a summit and you have a tech issue or you lose your voice. Or when you have client inquiries come in and you suddenly forget to reach back out to them. You forget to follow up. You somehow subtly sabotage the exact thing that you say that you want. Like when success starts happening and you might suddenly find you have drama in your relationships or in your health. So there's all these ways that our nervous system subtly, I don't even like to call it sabotage. It feels like sabotage, but in the ways that our nervous system keeps us safe and will create these issues in other parts of our lives to keep us from getting too big too fast. If it threatens our sense of survival, safety, or belonging, our nervous system is going to come in and say, hey, this isn't safe. But what if receiving more clients, more money, more opportunities could actually feel safe in your body? What if your nervous system could become an ally? This is exactly what I do in my signature somatic alchemy method, where we address the gap between what your soul is calling in and what your nervous system can actually hold. Because if you're here to do your sacred work in the world, chances are your soul is calling you to bring in something that is far bigger than what your upbringing prepared you for, than what your beliefs can hold, than what your nervous system feels safe to hold, because you're here to do big things. You're here to change this paradigm. So of course it's going to be bigger than what you've been programmed to hold. And so through this work, we don't override those patterns, because your nervous system is here to keep you safe, but we have to work with those patterns and gently recalibrate them so that you can actualize your vision. I'm so grateful for that woman who offered to fund my dream business. It was such a gift that she made that offer, even if I wasn't able to receive it. It has taught me so much, and it's definitely sparked my passion for teaching other visionaries and spiritual entrepreneurs how important your nervous system is to creating everything that you're here to create. Those things that we call blocks are not actually sabotaging us. They are just survival patterns that are asking for an upgrade. And it's part of this evolutionary process that we have agreed to come into. So we have these biological survival patterns, and our souls came to incarnate into this world of perceived limitations so that we could find out what we're really made of. And that's my favorite thing to do, is to help you find out what you're really made of, to break through those survival patterns so that you don't have to live in limitation, and so you can bring your sacred work into the world. The question is, are you willing to upgrade your capacity to really birth what you're here to birth? And if you are, welcome to my channel. I will be sharing more about how to expand your capacity to bring your sacred work into the world. So please like, comment, and share this video. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.